Shadan Farasat, the heart of this debate really is the collegium system itself, and whether it is transparent or not. I think even those who are currently in the judiciary agree that it's actually not the best system. It does require change, reform. The question is whether that should include any direct interference from the government at all. How do you see Kiren Rijiju's letter to the Chief Justice of India? Shadan Farasat.
So first thing, I think the Law Minister's letter is bordering on inappropriate. I think, as Justice Sikri pointed out, there is already a decision. That decision clearly says what the Collegium is. The Collegium only comprises of the judges of the Supreme Court. If there is some aspect of MOP which has to be, memorandum of procedure which has to be finalized, that will certainly not include a new member being added, that to a Secretary of the Government of India. So I think the Law Minister himself knows that his suggestion is not within the remit of the existing law. And if they had a problem, they could have filed a review against that judgment, and the Supreme Court will deal with it. As Justice Sikri rightly pointed out, this is not something which is done on the administrative side. There is a judicial decision of none less than a constitution bench as recently as 5 years back. So it can't be under, number one. Number two, will a secretary, home secretary or a law secretary present on that this thing add to transparency? I don't see how. Number three, which is very important. The Government of India is one of the biggest litigants in our top courts, be it the Supreme Court or the High Court. It is every day you will have matters where Government of India is one of the contesting parties. Therefore, in the Indian context specifically, more so than any other country, where you have the biggest litigant before the court, and the court has to be seen to be fair, having a major role in the appointment as opposed to a procedural role, which is what is envisaged under the collegium system, is obviously going to be problematic. And finally, we are all there for transparency. Yes, there are problems with the existing collegium system, but they can be corrected. And I am sure the existing collegium with the present Chief Justice will take appropriate measures. Some movement has been seen in the recent past, in the last 3-4 years. There has been a bit of to and fro on that in terms of, giving out reasons, at least reasons which are not prejudicial to those whose application is being considered, which will not impact the reputation. Those aspects can certainly be brought in the public domain. But those can be done by the judiciary as part of a collegium. I don't see how a home secretary or a law secretary, apart from interfering in these decisions, is going to add to transparency.